So hello guys, and welcome back to my World of Warships replays. So today I have a battle for you in my Tier 4 Japanese destroyer, the Isokaze, and I'm going to give you a pre-warning, and that pre-warning is that I am not a destroyer player. I don't play them very much. I don't think I'm very good in them. I'm a cruiser player, really. That is the class of ship. Sorry, that I play. I play the most. Um, Therefore, sometimes I go into games with the cruiser mentality. Um, Now, as some of you may know, Japanese destroyers are not really the sort of ship that you really should have cruiser mentalities um, going into games with. And by that I mean don't fire your guns, okay? Don't fire them. It'll give away your position. In Japanese destroyers, you have the great and quite enviable ability if you're looking at it from a US destroyer captain's perspective, and that is your detection range is smaller than your torpedo range. So that for me in this game, there's about a 9.9 kilometer difference between my detection range, which is 6.1 kilometers, and my torpedo range, which is 7 kilometers, which means I can fire torpedoes and stay undetected. So I can be the sort of silent killer. But anyway, and this is me, well, not exactly putting it into practice, because I make the cardinal sin of being spotted in a Japanese destroyer, and usually that signals, well, it's basically impending death, really. And as I said, you don't not really supposed to fire your guns, but as I was detected, that destroyer was far too close. I thought, you know what the hell not, and those torpedoes are looking good. Oh dear. So that that enemy Sokaze just ate 3 of my torpedoes, and I killed him. That's kind of embarrassing. As a destroyer, you have massive amounts of maneuverability, and yet he didn't use a single ounce of those, as he ate 3 of them, and that gets me off, and the team off to a great start with First Blood and Devastating Strike, which is very nice indeed. I do appreciate that. But as you can see here, I'm using my guns, and usually I would say don't fire your guns, because they'll give you position away, and destroyers don't like getting shot, so you die very quickly. And I'm going to quickly interrupt what I was going to explain, as we are about to eat a torpedo. That torpedo being a friendly torpedo. That's... Where is he? That friendly Campbelltown launched torpedoes towards the enemy vessels in this direction. I think it was... it must have been that boggeteer. However, I came in front of his path, and he hit me with 1 torpedo. Luckily, it's not terminal, so I'm still in the fight. But that's damage that I can't reverse, so it's... I'm gonna... Later on in the replay, you'll see that that health could have come in a lot of use, and yet he's still firing torpedoes in my direction, which is dangerous. And I've had to pop my own smoke screen there, because as you saw, I jumped into the torpedo screen that was provided by a friendly destroyer, but that dissipated rather quickly, so I had to pop my own, as I didn't want to sit in front of that boggeteer and that Kaiser. And yeah, at this point in time, I'm thinking, crap, I don't want to be stuck here. There's a battleship and a cruiser on my flank, and there's also an enemy battleship right behind me. So I just want to get out of this pocket before it closes on me. And yeah, that's exactly what I do. And those torpedoes, I must say, are looking very, very good heading towards that boggers here. But is he gonna master the art of turning his ship? Is he? No, of course not. And he eats 2 of those torpedoes, and there's my 2nd kill. So I'm not going to complain. It's a kill for me, so I'll take those all day. And this I think it's a Nassau, isn't it? Yes, it is a Nassau. Is looking very lonely. So I fire off a volley of torpedoes and then hightail it away from him. Before he gets the chance to spot me, because I want to try and keep this ship concealed. As I said, I'm not a destroyer player, so as you've seen, I've been firing my guns and doing things that you should not be doing in a Japanese destroyer. Unless it's American, that is, because if you're an American destroyer, fire your guns as much as you want. You've got the guns to do it. But in a Japanese destroyer, I wouldn't do it. Now, that Nassau has managed to avoid all of my torpedoes that I fired at him. I think he may have adjusted his speed and been moving his ship slightly. Not much, but I think it was more the speed adjustments that he made. And so he's avoided all of my torpedoes that I fired at him. So instead, I'm looking very much at this Kaiser now, because he's looking quite lonely. And the reason I'm going after this Kaiser instead of that Nassau is because, as you can see from the minimap, a friendly battleship is starting to close him from B on that Nassau, so he's going to be preoccupied with that battleship. But this Kaiser is all on his own. There's a friendly battleship on low health, admittedly, that is engaging him, as well as a destroyer. So I thought, why not get in on the action and give him something else to worry about? And that's going to be my torpedoes, as I launch 2 narrow spreads and 1 large spread, just to make sure that I'm hopefully going to hit him with at least one of those. And then I turn around to as to not allow him to get into my detection range and spot me, because I want these torpedoes to go unnoticed, really. So if I'm spotted, he'll probably know there's a destroyer there, and he might suspect there's torpedoes going. However, those torpedoes are looking very, very good, and he's not trying to turn. And he eats 5 of them, and there's another kill and another devastating strike to go in my first. So, yeah, that was very nice. Very, very nice. And at this moment in time, there's nothing else really going on around A. We've taken out all of the enemy ships that posed us here, and it's only that Nassau that's remaining that spawned on this northern point. So I'm heading down towards the middle to see if I can't help the team out at all. And it's that Wyoming that's on the other side of the island that I'm on now that I'm getting a bit worried about. Is it a Wyoming? We'll have a look. Yes, it is a Wyoming. And I'm anxious to try and keep him alive. Although he's on nearly or pretty much full health, he's got 2 destroyers closing on him, so that won't last very long. Or should I say there's only 1 destroyer left now, as that Wyoming obliterates the enemy wicks. I don't think that's going to be easy to buff out. I think you're going to need a little bit more than just some wax. But anyway, as I'm moving into the middle, I get spotted by that enemy destroyer. So I just think, screw it. There's nothing to be lost with me firing my guns. So I just open up on him and just start firing my guns. And I get a kill with my guns, which is quite rare for a Japanese destroyer, I'll be honest. I must say, when I saw that Nassau coming round the side of that island, I thought, oh no, I'm for it now. I thought he was going to aim at me and just wipe me off the face of this map. But instead he goes after that Wyoming, and as that Wyoming was well angled, he took negligible damage, to be honest, and he's absolutely fine. But here he comes. Yeah, that didn't last long, did it? No, he opened up on me, took out my engine, took out a gun, which I repair pronto. But those, I get my revenge. I get my revenge with those torpedoes, and thank you very much, Nassau. That gives me my Kraken Unleashed, which I'm going to take. Now, you know I said at the start of this replay that I do make some mistakes. Well, you're about to see the one of the most calamitous mistakes I've made in quite a while playing World of Warships. It starts off by me firing off 4 torpedoes at that enemy cruiser, and I decide to smoke up, not only to try and protect myself, but try and protect that battleship and the destroyer coming in from A. Um, all the while I'm doing this, this destroyer detects me still, and that's because I'm going too fast while I'm laying the smoke screen. Which means that I'm not actually being concealed by it, so I'm still being lit up. And this Karlsruhe thinks, "Oh, what a lovely, lovely destroyer on such low health here," and starts opening up on me. And at this point, I think, "Oh crap, I'm not in my my smoke screen as I thought." Sorry, and I just think, you know what, I'm just going to motor away, and I start. Well, I say I start moving off. I start moving off and then get absolutely obliterated by him, and that brings my my game to an end, which is really quite unfortunate, and it's not the best way to end the game, really, is it? So yeah, there I go. But after that, after I've died, it's six ships to the enemy's 2, and yeah, there's nothing else really left to do. It's kind of a formality. But this isn't the end of the replay, because usually it'd be a case of I'd die and it'd be there wouldn't be anything else really to do. However, this friendly Isokaze and this enemy Wyoming do provide some some quite entertaining oh, what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Some comedic value. That's the word. As the friendly Isokaze launches torpedoes in the direction of Wyoming, the writing's kind of on the wall for this Wyoming and the Myogi. There's now 5 enemy ships against them, 4 of them battleships, 1 of them that destroyer, and this Wyoming just takes all but 2 of those torpedoes and reduces him from full health to about a quarter health, maybe less. And the destroyer, friendly destroyer, you can see in chat is rather pleased with that, as you can tell. And the enemy battleship is he takes it on the chin. To be fair to him, he doesn't complain. He accepts it. And the friendly destroyer apologizes to the enemy battleship for just annihilating his health, which is not something you see every day, and it is refreshing that in an online multiplayer game, people are nice to one another and they can accept that it's just a game and it's all about having fun. And the battleship, in fairness to him, isn't raging about it. He's upset by it, but he's not bothered. And he gets taken out, and that's the end of the game. So yeah, overall we we didn't do too badly out of that game, did we? Made a nice bit of coins and experience. We obviously got First Blood, Kraken Unleashed, and 2 devastating strikes, which is great. And 69,377 damage, which does put us top of the leaderboards. For both teams, which is very, very nice at all. And if it wasn't for my let's say derp moments, we probably could have done a hell of a lot better than that. But you know, that lesson has definitely been learnt, that I've got to pay attention to how fast I'm going and where my smoke screen is and how long it's been laid for and all those different sorts of things. But as I say, I'm a cruiser captain, not a destroyer captain, so I think it's pretty good. For someone who doesn't play destroyers very much. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any suggestions on improvements I could do, apart from, oh yeah, you could have stayed within smoke screen, don't fire just Japanese destroyer guns, then yeah, that'll be greatly appreciated. No, you can take the mick out of me in the comments for that. I do deserve it. But yeah, I will be doing more of this content, so if you did like this, then please do subscribe and like the video. And yeah, I'll see you again next time.